Hi everyone, we have Shaptoshi Gupta with us. Shaptoshi, you finished third at first Royal Rivals Classical Rating Tournament. This is your first tournament in India in quite some time because you've been studying at New Zealand. So can you tell us how was it playing in your home city, Kolkata, after a long time?
Sure, yeah. Thanks. So I've been back after like 1 year. I'm a doctoral candidate at the University of Auckland, and I'm also doing a bit of undergraduate teaching at the university. So I've been here on my annual leave, and as I'm here for like 2 months, so I thought why not just play a tournament as well. To be very honest, I was trying not to lose 50 rating points here because we all know how strong the Indian kids these days are, especially after they're taking inspiration from Bukesh and all these youngsters right now. And I mean, everyone's like immensely well prepared. So yeah, it was pretty tough. I've been playing like 4 hours each game, trying to not consider draw to these lower rated kids. Fortunately, I've been able to convert a few games well, and but yeah, I had to concede like 2 draws, and yeah, the last game was good because I played with my friend also, who's also an IM. I didn't expect that, but that's great. So yeah, no, overall, even I'm a bit surprised that I didn't make too many blunders playing after so long. So yeah, that was good.
Well, in New Zealand, you played very few tournaments, 2 or 3 I think, and you managed to win one of them. And that happened this year. So can you tell us how was that for you?
Yeah, I mean, that was a rapid tournament, and in New Zealand, people are not that interested in chess. It's a rugby playing nation, so it was not that tough. I would say like it's easier to convert games over there as compared to here. So and that was, I think that had some rating barriers, so that was easier. I did play one classical tournament in New Zealand, which also went decent, nothing too fancy, but like I'm trying to get back to chess again because I used to play like pretty regularly till 2019, and then COVID pandemic happened and I shifted my focus to academics. So currently I'm more of a researcher and a teacher, but since I have some time and there's some stability in my academic life right now, so I was thinking to utilize my free time in chess again. So that's how I got back to chess.
Can you tell us what you're doing your research on?
Oh yeah, sure. So I'm doing my PhD in the domain of biostatistics and epidemiology. So what that means is basically I work with health-related data, work on disease modeling data and stuff like that. And I teach like 2 undergraduate classes, one in the summer semester, one in the winters. So I basically teach coding in R and statistics to like to health students, like health professionals. So yeah, and currently working on so there's a disease called scabies. So scabies and its global estimation and burden estimation and its association with immunologically mediated childhood diseases. So yeah, I'm only in the first year of my PhD, so let's see how it goes. Pretty good so far.
Well, generally people have a lot of difficulty balancing their academics and chess, but somehow you are managing time quite well. So can you tell us how you are managing to do that?
I mean, I'm not very serious with chess right now because this is more of pastime for me at present. So I'm just trying to take my mind off from research, and so when I'm playing chess, I'm at peace. Maybe if I get back to competitive chess and I'm trying to become an IM or something like that, maybe then I'll feel the pressure. But for the time being, it's more of a hobby for me. That's why I'm able to manage it. So so life in New Zealand is pretty boring, right? Because I don't have a lot of people who I can talk to, and after my classes are over or my research is over, I have no one basically to spend time with. So I thought of getting back to chess. Started with coaching a few students in the US and in New Zealand, and then I thought, okay, I might start playing again, and that's how I started playing in New Zealand. I mean, it's very difficult to find tournaments in New Zealand as well because you have to travel long distance to play a single tournament, and then you have to also manage with classes because I cannot take time off from classes. So it's quite difficult. So that's why when I'm returning back to India, I'm thinking of playing a few tournaments here and there. And like let's say for example next year, trying to play a few in Europe when I'm going for a conference or so that I can manage both the things together. That's how it's going.
World Rapid has concluded. Koneru Hampi became champion for the second time, and World Blitz is currently going on. The knockout stage is going to start in a few hours. Today is the last day of 2024. What's your prediction?
I mean, okay, I've been a huge fan of Magnus Carlsen. Despite the controversies, he's still my favorite. I would really like him to win. But then I don't think there's an Indian who's qualified for the knockouts, right?
No, only Vaishali has qualified in
yeah.
the women. In the open,
women,
none.
yeah. So definitely rooting for Vaishali in the women's section, but in the men's section, since there's no Indian, I'd be supporting for Carlsen.
Well, since you mentioned about the jeans gate, are you in support of wearing jeans at a tournament or not? Or like in general, do you want a dress code for a chess tournament, or do you want to freestyle dress?
Jeans.
Okay.
I don't know, but okay, if there are regulations in place, might be well followed. But I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of debate on this topic since where's the threshold? Like, where do you draw a line? If somebody's won it in a tournament, how do you like penalize them or something like that? I don't know. I think what happened might not have been in the best spirit of the game. But moving forward, I'm pretty sure that there will be sufficient amendments so that these events will not take place.
What's next for you?
I'm playing the Goa Open next year, and after that, I'm looking forward to a conference in Vienna, and I'm looking for tournaments to play after the conference in Vienna, so some neighboring countries in Europe.
Thank you very much, Saptarshi, for your valuable time. I wish you all the best for 2025.
Thank you. Thank you.